What's up, everybody? It's your man Gillis the Kid. I am back with another 80s horror movie review. This time I'm going to be talking with some friends about the movie Sleepaway Camp. It came out in 1983 and is considered one of the sleeper hits of that decade. It has a really cool ending and a lot of memorable characters. So basically the movie starts off in 1975. The father, John, takes his two kids, Angela and Peter, to a lake. They get into a boat accident, and the father and Peter, so you may think, is killed. 15 years later, Angela, who is the daughter, has to go stay with her aunt, who happens to be a doctor, Dr. Martha, and her son, Ricky. So one summer, Dr. Martha sends Angela and Ricky to a summer camp, and then that's when all the chaos starts to happen. It's a really cool movie. I'm going to be dropping all the names and stuff down into the comments. There were a couple of other Sleepaway Camp movies later on, but we're going to talk about that pretty soon. But first, I want you guys to see the trailer. So let's take a look.
Dear Mom and Dad, I've been at a sleepaway camp for almost 3 weeks, and I'm getting very scared.
Welcome to Sleepaway Camp. Someone is watching you.
Hey, Mama, reload!
Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
Turn it! Turn the wheel! Oh my God!
Sleepaway Camp. You won't be coming home.
With another horror movie review, we got Mike here, and my best friend Nick, and we just saw Sleepaway Camp. Where's the DVD at? Oh, there you go. So that's Sleepaway Camp. Came out in 1983.
Right.
But you never saw it though. So what did you think of it?
I mean, it was interesting. It was almost like watching the similar to the Friday 13th movies. You know, you see somebody, see somebody killing people, someone's dying, and basically you try to find out at the end who's doing it, who's killing these people. And I don't know if you want to spoil it, but eventually you'll find out at the end.
This is definitely a spoiler alert.
Is it a spoiler alert? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, it starts out. So
when they were kids.
Yeah. So it started out kind of weird. Like this guy. It's 1975,
Right.
and he takes his kids to the summer camp, and then they get into an accident. I think the girl, she's driving a boat.
It's a girl and the guy. Yeah, it was a girl and her boyfriend or husband or whatever. Yeah, driving the boat. And the other girl was she was surfing.
Right.
Yeah. She kept trying to tell him, like, wait a minute, stop the boat, stop! There's a boat in front of you. Yeah.
So they get injured.
Yeah,
and then the aunt, I forget what the heck was her aunt's name. I can't remember her aunt's name, but the aunt sends Ricky and Angela
to camp.
And then shit starts happening.
And everything starts happening. You got people that are you got even like the regular kids that are in a movie. They were all like, especially the big, the younger kids. They were picking on the kid, picking on the younger kids and giving them a hard time and stuff. And it was like fights broke out. Yeah.
There's some memorable characters like there's Ricky, Angela,
Megan. Don't forget Megan.
Megan, Judy. There's Paul, who is in love with Angela.
Right.
And then Artie, the
camp counselor. Yeah.
That's the old man, right?
Yeah, the old man. Yeah.
The old.
So, Artie, he was the cook. He was like the first person that.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really die. She just like
burned
his ass,
burned him all over the boiling water all over his body.
Yeah.
So he's still alive.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I think he's actually one of Angela's victims that's still alive.
That lived. Yeah. Except he's probably going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. Long time going.
So now, all right. So after he died, the camp counselor pays off the other cooks.
Yeah.
To tell because they
Yeah, well, he
tell
pays
what
off
happened.
he pays off the one guy by giving him a promotion and extra money. So,
Right, he said, "Well, I guess you're not the head of the. You're the head."
Yeah.
You're the head now."
and then the rest of them, they just get raises.
Right. Right.
So that's just like I guess it's considered bribery to keep their mouths shut.
Right, because he gets sounds like, "Well, just tell them that he got another job. He left me."
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money in the '80s.
Yeah, which
So-
is yeah,
What was it, like $30 a week?
15.
15?
Yeah.
15 a week.
Well, the kids got the 15, but the assistant cook got the promotion and a $50 raise.
Right.
Yeah, he got so, and he kind of got the more sweeter of the deal
Right.
when you think about it.
So, Ricky, he's there with Angela. Did Ricky know that Angela was
was a guy.
was like really a guy?
Was a guy.
Like, do you think he?
Apparently he did. I mean, he saw the whole rest of the time. Eventually, he kept trying to kiss her, undress her. I mean, first she kept saying, "No, don't do this." So he never apparently.
Yeah,
He never found out, right?
Well, I don't think any of them knew.
Nobody
actually, to be honest with
Nah.
you.
Although maybe that explains why. Remember when she kept saying, when they kept saying to her, "I noticed you don't take a shower, you don't go
Yeah.
swimming." So
But you see, the aunt gave it away too when she mentioned something about the tie string, and
Yeah.
she kept staring at Angela the whole time. Like, did I remember to do it?
So Ricky did know.
Obviously, he had to. Well, I think the cousin knew.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky. The
That's
cousin
Ricky,
Ricky
right.
might have known, but
right, and he didn't tell. He just didn't
Because
tell
he
her
was
about
like
it.
every time someone did something to Angela, he was protective of it.
Yeah.
Like the water balloon fight and the.
Yeah, right. It was like he always kept coming to the rescue, basically. But apparently,
I mean, as for the killings, you never, they obviously, some of them obviously knew who
They had to know.
Yeah, so it kind of made it seem like Ricky was doing all the killing in the beginning.
right. Because that's why that's why you saw the old man. He just figured it was Ricky. When he saw what happened, he grabbed him on the ground. He started slapping and beating.
Well,
beating
yeah,
the crap
because
out of him.
every time something happened with
Yeah.
Angela, he would always run to the rescue.
Okay.
But I think when his, the girlfriend or whoever
Right.
she was, when she was killed, that kind of like, I think made him flip out to like where he actually thought that he was actually talking to her when he was,
Yeah.
beating on Ricky.
So so let's say no one ever did anything to Angela. Let's say everyone would have been nice to her. Like, do you think she still would have
Been
did those
talking.
killings?
Probably not.
Like, what made her was she like a brutal killer before that or no?
I don't.
Maybe
I
a
don't know
little
either.
mentally scarred, but I wouldn't say she, he or she was a killer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, it just when he first went to camp, I mean, eventually she started doing it when people. I mean, yeah, eventually when people started picking on her, when they kept saying you're not going to talk or nothing. I mean, obviously that's when it started. That's when she started killing. Started stalking the people. I guess you can say. It's like she was keeping tabs on. Okay, who's giving me?
Because Ricky thought
he's giving me a hard time. He'll be the next. He'll be the next one to die. It's like she was taking notes of taking notes of. All right, who's next?
Because Ricky thought that they were gonna stay in the same cabin and everything. Like it was all separate.
Right.
Even when I went, like I was saying before, even when I went to camp, everything was separate.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
like you're not gonna be with the girls.
Yeah. But then again, this is Hollywood, and if they really wanted to make it that way, I'm sure they would have found a way to do it. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't.
So then it was Meg, who was like the camp. She was the top.
And I think we can say Megan deserved it. She was kind of mean. she was treating Angela really bad.
So she was secretly sleeping with the head guy,
The old man,
Yeah.
the old man.
which you didn't know until later.
Right, he said
she was-
9. How about 9:30?
So then, after Judy gets killed,
Right.
who was Meg's friend, Because she was like the top instigator,
Yeah, Judy. Yeah.
Judy. And then, so after Judy gets killed, they showed like that brief thing in the doorway. That who looked
Oh
like
yeah, you
Ricky.
see, yeah, it looked like Ricky. Yeah, you see him stand. Yeah, you see him standing there.
Yeah,
I thought it was Ricky.
I guess that was their way of kind of trying to throw you off in a
Right.
way. You know, trying to make you take your attention off of
Angela and focus
go
on
with
Ricky.
Yeah.
Focus on Ricky. Yeah, and then she says like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing here? What are you doing?" Yeah.
But then I
Because-
think if it was Ricky, she would have said something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she really didn't like Ricky either.
Right.
Who you talking about, Judy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if she knew it was definitely Ricky, she could have right away just said, "Ricky, what are you doing here? What are you doing with that?"
Yeah, something to that effect.
Yeah, what are you doing with that? Oh, she kills him.
Well, the other guy, I think the Italian guy that wore like the sweatpants, he was always nice to Angela. Like he was nice to her, like when she first came there. Like
Yeah.
remember when they asked her, like, did she get something to eat or whatnot?
Oh,
Yeah.
the guy with the black hair, right? The
Yeah.
long, kind of long mullet, black hair. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Unfortunately, he took her to the wrong guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he-
But,
yeah,
sure.
He took her to the pervert.
Could you listen? See if she can get her something to eat. You know, just show her around. Yeah, he took her to the back.
Well, we knew that in the beginning. Remember, he was like, "Oh, like look at all these kids."
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, who? He's like checking. Yeah, he's like checking him out. Jeez.
So Judy died, Meg died,
Right.
Artie the cook.
Right.
What was his name? Kenny. Remember, they was at the lake. Remember, she came up in the boot and she killed him.
Oh, is
yeah,
that him?
oh, yeah, she
Is that
drowned him,
him? Yeah.
Yeah, the worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, her just pops up.
But
What
the
are you
thing, like, you know, I think the Italian guy, he basically knew him, but for some reason he said it didn't make sense to him because he knew that Kenny was a good swimmer. So
Right.
there was like no way he could have drowned that
Hey,
easily.
Bobbery Bob.
Yeah.
That was his slogan.
Yes.
Almost the way he said it almost reminds you of Barbarino from Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
Said Barbarino.
The effects were pretty good though.
Yes.
Like
Except
the
for that
worm.
fake painted on mustache on the cop.
That
which-
was the
Yeah.
worst one.
yeah, which
I know. Of
Which
course,
you guys can obviously see when
it
you-
literally looked like
Yeah.
tape or something on the mustache.
yeah,
It
looked like they
literally
just took
tape.
like a
Yeah.
brush and just went like this.
or
and-
paint or something.
That was horrible.
Yeah, that up close. That was it's the 80s for you. Well, of course, it was the 70s in the movies, but yeah.
yeah.
Then there's the guy in the like he's on the toilet with the
Oh
bees
yeah,
and
oh
everything.
god, the bees come in and he gets locked
Everything
in.
was like exaggerated though, like the bees killing him that fast.
Yeah.
Not unless you were allergic to bees, but it killed him in like a minute.
Oh, remember the movie?
Which obviously he must have been if
Yeah.
it killed them that fast.
Well, remember the movie My Girl? Did you ever see a movie My Girl?
Yeah.
Remember Macaulay Culkin?
But I don't think they were regular bees. I think they look like hornets.
One of the bees. Okay, and then he was because that's what happened with him. He found out he was allergic to bees. You know, and then he
Yeah.
so he got killed. Got killed.
Yeah, so then they had the dance. I guess Angela, you know, by the way she was feeling, I guess she told Paul to like meet her by the lake.
Right, the one scene where she said,
Yeah.
"Meet me by the
Yeah.
lake." But she said, and when she said too, she said like with a smile too. Meet me by the lake, and then
Yeah.
she wanted.
Why she killed the she killed all the little kids too.
Oh
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
they
yeah.
got very
Yeah.
the guy threw over. Was like, "Ugh!" He saw
Yeah,
it.
she basically took an axe and just hacked them up.
Right.
While they were sleeping.
He ran away like, help, help,
Well,
help.
here's the weird part though. Like he took the other two kids back that was cold,
Right.
and he comes
Yeah,
back.
and the other ones were
All
dead.
the other ones are dead,
They're dead.
and it's like, what the hell?
But when you think about it, I think the other two got off easy.
Yeah.
Because if they were there, they
They
probably
would
would
have
have gotten
dead.
it
They would
too.
have been dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or probably the counselor. You probably would have been dead too.
Yeah, probably.
If they were all still sleeping at the time.
But
Yeah.
at the end, I don't think that counselor ever did anything wrong to Angela. It only
Right.
seemed like the people that were tormenting her that seemed to get it the worst.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically anyone that
That ticked her off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they're
messed with
just saying short. Anybody take her off. She was stalking him, taking notes. So like I said before, okay, you're next. This person's next.
Because really,
And she
anybody
did, yeah.
that she would like just stare at for hours on end and creep out.
Right.
That's how you knew that she was plotting to end
Right.
you.
Yeah.
And apparently that's what happened. You found out that's what happened with Paul at the you know, and eventually because first you see him just. It looked like she was just laying down relaxing.
His head off.
Well, yeah, but it looked like he was just like laying down relaxing. She's like touching his hair. Yeah, and then when she gets up, and then you see the head pop off.
Let's just say he found out Angela's secret. I guess that's why he died
because he saw her. Yeah, he saw they were. He saw her naked and saw her. You gotta so. And then, of course, that's it. And then basically, that's what happens. He gets up, and then, apparently just pauses, and obviously that's where it ends. So
that was one of the most shocking endings that I've seen.
Yeah, it was like a twisting ending, so to speak. You think it's really a girl, but it's really a guy.
It's real. That's what it is. You find out it's a guy, and then you see the flashback, and you see the flashback too before she gets up with the mother, right?
Right.
The mother, with the thing on, the hat or whatever that was on her head. And
she had bandages.
Is that what those bandages? Right.
Yeah, because when the boat hit, it hit him so hard that it practically gave him amnesia.
Okay.
So the father dead and the sister dead. She only had the son, but she really wanted a girl. So basically, when he was well enough to come home, he had amnesia. So basically, she raised him the way she would raise a girl.
Right. Yeah. And that's when he fixed her up.
Then she sent him to camp.
Yeah.
Camp. And we'll call you Angela.
She never thought no one would because you had to take showers. When you think hey, I'm sitting,
and that's why, and that's where I kept saying that's why she was sitting.
She didn't think anything was going to go wrong.
Right, she was sitting. That's why she sat on the bed the whole time. Everybody was showering. She kept sitting there. They kept saying, "You want to go swim? How come you're not going swimming?" And finally, she picked her up. Megan picked her up and finally threw her in a.
Well, she was a Looney Tune herself. So. Yeah. But I think that was because she lost the husband and the son.
Right.
I mean, the husband and the daughter.
So that's what made her go crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because she kept referring to him, when he comes home, I don't think he's going to like that idea. Lady, get used to it. Your husband and your daughter are dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
See, I've never seen I gotta check, but I've never seen the second, third, and fourth.
Likewise, I never.
And then I think they had a fifth one that came out in 2008.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, I never knew that. Yeah, I gotta catch up too.
Of course, it got ridiculous because Angela is now
a full-blown woman.
Right.
Right.
So.
Well, that's what it is. So eventually you do these movies. They're not as exciting as the original ones are. That's usually how it is with when you try to redo these movies or remake. Come out.
But once the 80s ended, because that was kind of the decade of the horror.
Oh, of course.
And, and the action. They
absolutely.
Hollywood basically stopped pretty much funding horror movies.
Right.
So that's why I guess in a way they ain't really as
because this came
out octane as the ones.
This came out in 1983.
Yeah,
around the heyday of
the horror.
Friday the 13th.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before. The Friday 13th, because that's what that kind of reminds you of. Friday 13th takes place in the camp, and people are dying.
Right.
Except the
marijuana, I think it is.
The only difference is with this one is the killer's not wearing a hockey mask. So.
How old was Angela though?
Did they ever say? I don't think they ever said in the. I don't think they ever said in the movie. I mean, my guess is probably had to be in her teens.
I'll drop it down into the description.
Yeah. Probably 50.
Probably in her teens. Yeah, I'm going to say probably her teens. I mean, usually you go to camp and she looked old enough to be at least in her early. I think maybe early mid-teens.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
15, 16 that's what I said.
Old, something like that.
And then those older kids, they were probably obviously older. They were probably maybe early 20s or something. The ones that
Meg was what, in her 20s?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you would have to be to watch over the other.
Yeah, you would have to be around adult age, 17, 18 at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, you would have to be in order for them to film the scenes that, especially with Meg in the shower. You would have to pretty much be of legal age for them to actually film you like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, Megan deserved to die. And I'm glad she got it. Yeah, she deserved it. Oh, come on. She was, you know me. You know me. She was pretty, but she was mean, though. She was mean.
Judy was like...
Or Angela.
Judy was the head instigator.
Yeah. And and Judy, that's the thing. Basically, Megan and Judy eventually started teaming up. Yeah.
But it's the way that they, I think they sometimes go out that kind of like I mean I wanted them to go out, but not in that fashion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not,
Brutal murders.
I feel sorry for
the guy on the shitter.
for Peter.
Yeah.
Which one was
Peter actually liked Angela.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And then she just cut his head off and
You mean,
Yeah, she decapitated his ass. And it looked like she ate him too.
Right, 'cause the head- right.
something weird like that.
Yeah.
yeah, because the head. Well, it looked like maybe she did bite him on the neck or something as she was touching him. Maybe she was like or something. You just didn't see what happened. Maybe in the future they'll come out with
She's
a.
all like
Well, maybe in the
like a
future.
werewolf.
Like hissing and shit
Right.
like that.
Well, maybe. I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but maybe in the future, maybe there will be an extended cut or an unrated version.
I don't know.
I know. Well, they did that.
You never know.
Right. I mean, they did it with the original My Bloody Valentine movie from 1983. They made I think they came out with like an unrated version, and of course Friday the 13th Part 1 they made in the.
Yeah, I was
unrated
about to
version.
say that. I think
did
they made one of the original director's cuts for Friday the 13th.
the first one. Yeah.
I don't think they did that with the Nightmare movies yet. But
They did
might.
not. No, they never did any extended.
Because I know there's still a lot of scenes that are left on the cutting room floor that
Yeah.
eventually they probably will eventually add into the movie just to make more money.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
absolutely. Well, a lot of movies do. I mean, they come out, but then eventually, within a year, or like their anniversary of the movie, like when it's like a 20-year or something, then they might. I mean, even with the Friday 13th, they re-released it so many times, and it's and that's the way and people and they get that's how people end up buying them again. Same with the Nightmare on Elm Street, the Halloweens. They just they come
Star Wars movies.
The Star Wars, yeah, exactly. They re-release them a few years later, and I mean, I'm sure people probably will buy them. If they want to upgrade the collection, and get rid of the old ones, sell them on eBay or something. But I mean, that's how they do it.
Especially when people want to change the canon continuity of the storylines. Like with Nightmare, because I don't think the 2010 movie counts as part of canon. That's probably the extended universe, so to speak.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, and he's like we were, and I think we said this on the when we did Nightmare on Elm Street, the last one. It wasn't as it was okay. It wasn't as exciting as the Robert Englund movies. I mean, Jackie Earle Haley, like I said, I think they made him. Like I said before, I think they made him more mysterious and scarier. And in that one,
Kind of what they did to Robert Englund in the first one. Because in the first one, only thing you saw was a silhouette.
Right.
You really didn't see that much of his face.
You kept seeing a shadow or the side of his face. Exactly.
And the same thing with Jason. You really never got to see what he really looked like under that hockey mask, except in a couple of movies.
The end of part.
So I guess they
the end of
took
part
some
4,
elements.
right? The end of part 4, part 6. When he comes out of the grave, you see him with his face. Part 8, Jason takes Manhattan. He got splashed with the acid. And part 7 too, if you remember.
And we never got to see what Michael Myers looked like. So
no, just part 1, the end of part 1.
Yeah,
when
just
he's
a shadow.
Right.
Just a shadow. Yeah.
And a couple times, of course,
and in the new one,
bandages.
and in the new one, I think you actually get a glimpse
see,
of him.
right? You see, like maybe not as full, maybe like sideways. Yeah, like maybe like sideways. And you saw
He has like a little beard and stuff like that.
Yeah, like short gray hair. Yeah, so
that's basically because it's the same guy that played him in the very original.
Nick Castle.
Yeah,
Nick Castle. That was Nick Castle. Yeah.
I mean, all these camp movies, they all got elements to
the
it.
same elements as the 13th, and
and then,
those other ones.
And also too, I don't know if there's a show on Netflix called Slash. I don't know if anybody caught up on that one or not. But they made they just had the second season, and from what I remember, I believe this one was similar to Friday the 13th as well.
Yeah.
It took place at a camp, and the same thing. I think what happened was, if I'm saying right, I think somebody died at the beginning or something. I forget how it goes. I've yet to watch it. I'm just going by what I remember. And then people go back. They go back to that camp, and the same thing. The people start getting killed, and you don't know who it is.
Right.
So but like I said, I never watched the show straight through. But I've seen season 1, but I never watched season 2. So hopefully, eventually, I know it's on Netflix, but hopefully, maybe DVD or Blu-ray. I'd like to see it.
Well, this is hard to find. I mean, you might have to order it off of Amazon.
Probably off Amazon or eBay.
I mean, the same thing with
if you've never seen it,
the Fright Night movies.
definitely
a lot of them are hard
check
to
it
find.
out.
Yeah. A lot of the older movies. Sometimes you may have to get them from like even on Amazon, like from vendors. Sometimes people sell them on Amazon. The vendors have them. So that's like when I buy like.
Sometimes if you know the distributor that actually owns the rights to the movie, you go on their website. They might have a couple copies for sale.
Right. That's like when I buy. Yeah. That's like sometimes when I buy like the old. I'm a wrestling fan, so I buy like sometimes I buy like old WWF VHS tapes. And I'll tell you what. Believe it or not, sometimes though some of the vendors they have from like early '90s, and believe it or not, sometimes they're either new or believe it or not they are new. They're wrapped up in the original sleeve. Which I'm surprised too. Like people kept them all these years, and when they get older, they're like, "Oh, I don't watch this anymore." Yeah,
they're collectors.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Sometimes people just don't understand what they got in their collection.
Yeah.
Like something that's worth money, they think it's junk, and then they just, sell it, get rid of it, see what you can make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just don't know what they got in their collection.
Right. But I'm a collector. I collect horror movies. I'm a horror movie. I love everything. I'm action, comedy, horror, and like I said, I'm a sports guy. I love wrestling.
You might
football,
check out the
baseball,
other
Speedway
the other
Kid
movies.
movies in the future.
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out soon.
In the near future, if we can get our hands on it.
If somebody can find them, right? If one of us can get our hands on it, we'll definitely watch in the future. And of course, we'll continue it with Nightmare on Elm Street and the Halloween and Friday the 13th, all the classics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's...
I think this will go down in history as one of the top classics. Yeah. I'll drop it.
Like I said earlier, and I don't mean to sound sick, but it's kind of like a pervert's wet. This movie's kind of like a pervert's wet dream, if you catch my drift.
Sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, because Peter just had. Yeah, we saw what happened with Peter. He was just in love.
Yeah.
He was in love with Angela, and finally,
It's a shame.
It's
a shame he never knew the actual truth, though.
Right. And he made the move. I'm going for it. And of course, she's like, "No, Peter, no. Why? What did I do?"
Well, I mean, that's all I got. I think we pretty much explained it all.
Yeah, I mean the movie. So it's only 84 minutes long. So
it's not a long movie.
Right.
Yeah, you'll pretty much be able to get through it in like an hour, or not even.
And usually we say, and I think we always say this before, for you horror fans out there, if you love a horror, if you want to see a good horror movie, check this movie out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And then in the future, like we said, maybe we'll have to watch it. Of course, find 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5.
I think it's not going to be easy trying to find.
It might take a while, ladies and gentlemen.
You'll probably find the 2008 movie before the.
Yeah, just
old
make sure
ones,
you guys check the year before ordering.
Check the review. Read the reviews, of course. I'm sure people.
Yeah, if it has Sleepaway Camp 1983, then that's the one.
The original.
Yeah, the original.
Start with that one and work your
We'll
way
drop
out.
it down into the description because sometimes they come out with like the B movies,
Right.
like the fake.
Yeah,
like,
the fake versions. Yeah.
Right.
And so.
Well, that's what we were saying before. I remember real fast. Remember we were talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street. Remember supposedly there was a trailer for it, but that was supposed to be a new one. But from what I believe it's a fake one.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. It's a fake one and it's made up. So, and also too, I think it was a Friday 13th one. I don't know if that was new or not, but supposedly that might be fake. I could be wrong. It was called. I think it was just called Voorhees or something. I'm not sure. At least that's what it said on YouTube. It might be fake.
I seen it. I never clicked on it, but I seen the
Voorhees?
I believe.
Well, it had
Voorhees.
Jason on the front, and then it just had Voorhees.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But one thing is for sure, though, there will be a sequel to the new movie that just came out a couple years ago. There's definitely going to be it 2, and there is a trailer is available. You get your look on demand or check on YouTube. It'll be similar to the original. They're adults in this one, and they eventually try to go back and fight Pennywise,
which they plan to do.
Fight Pennywise and try to kill him for good. So
so this has been the Sleepaway Camp horror review. We'll probably have some more coming up pretty soon
looking forward to it
with the holidays and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Maybe we'll get the Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
And
You're all my children now.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. It wasn't a very long movie.
Yeah.
So.
Right. I mean, it was the first time. Well, it's the first time I've
was your
seen it.
first
It's my
time
first
seeing it.
time, so I try to talk about as much as I can. So hopefully.
And as a reminder, we might even get to Night of the Demon, the original 1988 movie.
Yeah.
And then the part 2, which came out in 94. So, we're going to try to get to all of them for you guys. Give you our
Probably
opinions on it,
sometime in
Yeah.
2019.
2000, yeah. Because of course we gotta find them all first. So
Right, and if we don't have it, and if we don't do any more before the end of the year, everybody have a great holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.